How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Bitcoin update. And in fact, Bitcoin in the end lost that key level of support, 95.8k. What I said was that if Bitcoin lost this support, it's going to tap into the 100 EMA, 93.8, 93.9k. And that's what it's done today. In fact, we've actually touched 93.6k. What am I expecting here? Well, with this dump, you're losing a key level of support, this trend line, and we're now, after breaking out of a bullish pattern, failing after giving it 2 weeks to break through the moving averages, losing the key level support, now actually forming the daily bearish cross, something that I've been warning about in my videos. This is not good, guys. And I was actually suggesting that even if it did break this, it would still be considered a lower high and we would see the rollover eventually. It didn't even manage to break the moving averages. That's very bearish. So maybe this is now becoming a head and shoulders pattern. Well, we can see one over here, shoulder, head and shoulder, but I'm talking about this being a left shoulder, this being the head, and this area over here being the right shoulder, since once we had gone back underneath this resistance, you can see it was confirmed here, and then we maintained under the moving averages. So never actually breaking out again, meaning that we're confirming it as our top. We can see that over the past few weeks, and we actually broke out of the bullish pattern. This was the only pattern to take us higher. This pattern was forming on every single altcoin, which I brought to your attention 2 weeks ago, 2 Fridays ago. I mentioned this falling wedge. And there was an attempted break out of it, and we hit 100k. I told you that was a fake out and that would come back down because it was Friday. The same thing at the end of last week. Why did it choose Friday once again to attempt the breakout? The stock market is shut. It's all false. And yesterday the stock market was shut again. I was saying, look, it has to sort itself out this week. Otherwise it's going to lose 95.8 and run into the 100 EMA. It's done it now. So now that the target has been met, or at least a support has been met, the market is meant to bring a bounce. So what does that bounce need to do if you want to see altcoins stop bleeding? And I will be providing further updates throughout the day on ETH, XRP, Solana, Sui, HBAR, Ondo, and so on the channel. So make sure you stay tuned, hit that notification bell, the like button, subscribe. We're under 800 subs away from 10k. Let's get there as quick as possible. Make more people informed that the market is not just always bullish. I think you've been experiencing that now, but all the YouTubers just absolutely waffling constantly, only saying bullish, bullish, bullish. But even if you saw titles of my videos with bullish thumbnails, every single video I've been warning everyone constantly. So we saw the breakout. I'm going to say the video with the thumbnail, bullish breakout, of course. Got a bullish pattern, it broke out. What is expected? It's meant to get into the target, this red box, but I was constantly saying, look, it's going to be a lower high. We're expecting a rollover. And if it never even breaks this, loses 95.8, we're getting down to here. Now, from this point of support, the market is meant to bounce. Doesn't mean it will, but it's meant to. This is a long-term macro support. We can see we actually haven't yet lost this low. It's just coming into the moving average, which is meant to give a bounce. That bounce now needs to reclaim what we've just lost, 95.8 and 97.8, 97.9, as we're now forming the bearish cross on the daily time frame. This is a signal we can't ignore because, as you see to the left, the orange and the purple did not cross. That led to a breakout. It couldn't find support. In the end, they nearly crossed again, but they didn't. That allowed a breakout, a new all-time high. This time, we're not reclaiming it when it needs to. So it had multiple attempts before the cross happens. Over here on the Friday, the following Friday. And it failed both Fridays because the end of the week, stock market shuts. Low volume. That's the issue. Why attempt the breakout on Friday? You're creating wicks. It's not setting us up well for the rest of the weekend and going into the week, because we never usually pump on a Monday. It's usually like towards the end of the week. So this is just not good. We still have the rest of the week. It now needs to bounce and reclaim those 2 levels, the moving averages essentially. And then we'll get a market-wide relief rally. But once again, as I've said, you could run up into 102, 105 or 107. It will still be a lower high and we will roll over. So the market is not the best at the moment. If you want to find out what I'm personally doing in this time, because I'm making extreme changes to my portfolio, use the links down below to get into the Discord community. I'll see you there. Cheers.